Hello and welcome to my twin flame journey. I am Shine and this is going to be the July reading for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. And be sure to check your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus to get additional messages. Also keep in mind that these readings are general. I'm reading for a lot of people, so take what resonates and leave the rest. I also may be describing you or the person that you're dealing with. So flip the energy or message around as it may fit to your situation, if it fits at all. Don't force it to fit. If you'd like a personal reading or you'd like to donate to the channel, all that information is below. Also, check out on the home page whatever video gets the most likes and comments in the month of July. Out of all my uploads, I will randomly select in the last month of July a person from whoever leaves the most comments. Not saying like one person has to leave 20 comments, and whichever video receives the most comments and likes, that's why I randomly will select a person to win a free one question reading, and I'll announce that winner and I'll upload their thing the first week in August. So check that out for more information. Also, I'm dying because it's like almost like 20 degrees more than what it's been. It's like the heat wave has kicked in and I'm roasting. So just so that you know, in case I seem a bit flustered. And plus when you channel, you get hot too. So I got double the, and I got no air conditioning. So there you go. And I also apologize for the readings getting out a little late. I have a chronic health issue that when it gets aggravated, it can cause me a lot of pain for a few days. So, and sometimes that gets triggered by overexertion or overworking, especially my neck muscles and stuff. So that's why the readings have been a little bit delayed. And also, as I've been mentioning in my other videos, I read from my cards because, again, there are so many meanings that can be associated with a card. And because I'm trying to give a little something for everybody, I give as many meanings as I can, as I have here, written as well as intuitive. So again, to reach more people, it's also to kind of teach you how to read the cards. Because I always recommend people learn how to read tarot for themselves. So it's both me reading and teaching. And speaking of teaching, I've also laid out here traditional Celtic cross spread, and I will go over with you again each position and what the position means. So again, you can learn how to read for yourself. So let us begin with what's going on for the month. The overview is flexible. So we're needing to be flexible in a situation, perhaps in regards to a past life relationship. You have known each other before, whether it's someone you have yet to meet in this life that you've had past lives with, or it's someone that you've already been dealing with who's from the past as well as past lives. And then we have not the right time. So whoever you were dealing with, perhaps divine timing was in order and things didn't work out for a reason, and maybe it just wasn't the right time. But now it could be the right time. We shall see what the message says here. First, let's start with flexible. Teachability, open-mindedness, being adaptable without compromising what's important. The oracle's message: a tree's roots are solidly planted in the ground, yet its branches can bend in a hurricane, whereas a rigid structure, like a building, would come crashing down. Consider how the tree remains supple and secure when everything around it may be in shambles. This is how you need to be right now, willing to learn new things, teachable, malleable, yet firmly grounded in who you are. Common sense is important, but so is an open mind. Stay curious, stay open, stay aware. At this time, others will be more flexible with you too. So this is, again, a lot of divine masculines have been dealing with letting conditioning, fear, karma, whatever it is, keep them in a repeated cycle of behavior patterns that have been sabotaging for them as well as for relationships that they've had. But again, it's a control tactic, it's a defense mechanism. A lot of them, pride being a big thing. If you're not dealing with full-blown narcissists who are incapable of accountability and change and honesty, but instead of dealing with people that are just embodying those traits, but to me, it's like if it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's a duck. But, there could be some degree of the ability to self reflect and to change. But again, it depends on the person's desire to do that. If keeping up the mask and protecting the false image or the false self is more important than pursuing genuine love or coming clean or becoming an honest person or letting go again of things that they know got to go, but they don't want to let go of because, hey, it's kind of worked, but not really. So again, it's a need to be flexible if we are not being flexible. Um, if we're looking, especially in regards to compromising, it doesn't mean compromising the self-respect and integrity and values and boundaries and all of these things. It's being able to again admit one's mistakes and doing so, and not having the pride be more important than what can come of it if we are flexible, if we are accountable, if we are honest. With ourselves and others. Relationship message: in every relationship, it's important to be open to new experiences and learning new things. Letting go of rigidity is what's required right now. You don't always have to be right all the time, do you? It's okay to come to a happy compromise. See, I just mentioned compromise. You can still get your needs met. Yeah, and without using manipulation tactics. Again, a lot of masculines using emotional manipulation to get needs met, voids filled. Again, treating people as means to an ends. So again, it's needing to do do a life review. What did love look like to me as a child? How has that manifested in my adult life and my relationships? How has it manifested in the way that I believe and feel about myself? How do I then project that onto other people, or where in parts of my life am I failing in? Am I needing to address? Am I needing to change my perspective? Am I needing to change some things about me? Again, what's working, what's not working, and being flexible, being teachable. The universe is asking you to be teachable, to learn these lessons for your own betterment, for your own growth, so you can get better things in life. Common sense is important, but so is an open mind. Again, stay curious and stay open, stay aware. Relationship message: in every relationship, it's important to be open to new experiences and learning new things. Letting go of rigidity is what's required right now. You don't always have to be right, do you? I've already read this, I'm sorry. It's okay to come to a happy compromise. You can still get your needs met. It's a beautiful day when you meet halfway. The appearance of this card in a reading could also signal that you have met someone new who may not be your type, but who will turn out to be so special that you can easily release your old ideas about what sort of partner is right for you. Be flexible. You'll be happy you made that choice, especially when we've been in a pattern of choosing the same type of relationship partner, experience like the same kind of relationship with them. It ended the same way. Again, the common denominator is ourselves in all of our relationships. And if we find scenarios and situations repeating, but just different people, and we're being the same, then obviously maybe something with us has to change. So we stop having the same results. So we stop attracting these same type of people. Whether they be people who enable us in our karma, or people who put us through the ringer. which is enabling us in our karma. Again, things that we need to heal. Two people come together to heal things within each other. Could be similar, could be different, could be a mix of the two, but it serves a purpose. Um, so when we heal those parts of ourselves that are no longer needing that lesson, we then will attract a different kind of partner, someone who will complement us more. I mean, bring out the best in us, not the worst, right? Or the stress, or what needs to be, the brokenness, what needs to be addressed. Um, so again, be open to what you may think might be your type or who you'll end up with. Even when you have a clear vision of how you're going to manifest something, this is the prosperity message, what it will look like, who will share in it, and what will then be available to you, you will still need to relax and open up to other possibilities. Spirit may have much better plans for you. It could be a job that you hadn't thought of. Sorry about the sirens. Um, a new source of money or some other opportunity that could elude your imagination. Be flexible and remind yourself this or something better manifests for me now. Then be willing to bend a little. Enjoy the miraculous results. So again, it's just being open to change, open to new ideas, open to new perspectives, new points of view, new ways of being, and see what will come of it. Protection message: when you or someone else becomes too rigid, you lose the access to growth and untapped potential and find yourself in an us versus them scenario. Loosen up, open your mind and heart and see if a more flexible approach feels better. Rigidity will set you up for a fight when there are only losers and no winners. Could you find a way to bring about a result that is mutually beneficial? Meet in the middle. Spirit makes a great mediator. So, then let us check out this not the right time. This is not the right time presently for what you're inquiring about. This answer is not a no, just a not yet. Have patience. Your angels will give you a sign when the timing is perfect. Especially if we're dealing with past people, reconciling with past people. We might still, if we were doing the lying and deceiving and the cheating, we might need to prove ourselves. Things may not happen if you're looking to get back with them. Things may not happen as quickly as you'd like or as easy as you'd like. It may take work, it may take effort, it may take us being flexible, being willing to compromise, being willing to show and prove that we mean what we say. It's again for the people that are trying to win back the love and trust and get another chance from somebody. Or again, if you're the person who's waiting to receive all that, or just know that whatever it was that you went through, perhaps it wasn't the right time for that if we're dealing with the same person who's going to be a life partner. If we're talking about someone new, they're saying maybe it's not the right time, maybe we still got some healing to do in regards to a past relationship, or someone may be coming in, but it's just not the right time. But be open, for what may present itself to you. Again, we got multiple scenarios that could be possible. It is a general reading, not a personal one. So, in any case, be flexible, trust in divine timing, be patient. And again, if we have to show and prove and put in the work, do that. So you see if we can manifest the result that we want. Or again, just be willing to work together, to learn, to grow, evolve, change, be open to change. And again, just have patience. Currently, this is you, the King of Swords in the reverse. In the U position, this is you in your place in the situation, what you need to realize about your innermost desires. Well, if you are the King of Swords, because this is supposed to represent you, or your innermost desires. If you're dealing with someone who was manipulative and lying and abusive, maybe you're wishing that they weren't this way. Um, or if this is you, you're wishing that you weren't this way, or this is how you're being or have been, and we're needing to change that. We're needing to be flexible and learn lessons and apply them so that we can have different results in our life. This is misuse of mental power. This is authority and drive, manipulation, self-serving, a show of intellect, cutting with words, critical, stern, because someone could be narcissistic, charming and intellectual, but harmful because they only have their own personal interests in mind. A tyrant, a loose cannon, leaves you feeling demoralized and put down. It's a lack of decisiveness about opportunities or direction, scattered thoughts, feeling lost and uncertain about our options. Again, it could be all of that. If this is you, again, or, this could be wishing that somebody wasn't this way, or wishing that you weren't this way. Or again, we could just be lacking clarity. Lacking decisions, lacking decisiveness about, again, direction, opportunities, not sure what to do, where to go. Should we stay with who we are with, or should we go back to the person from the past? Should we move on altogether? Well, what do I want? How do I get it? Is it possible? What do I need to do? Am I willing to do that? Like, there's all these things that are coming into the play here. Again, and if you're dealing with this type of personality person, know what you're dealing with. Be aware. Learn from the past. When people show you who they are, believe them. And if you're dealing with anybody who's a narcissist, the likelihood of that person changing is zero. Or it will take a lot of effort on their part, a lot of therapy. A lot of them aren't willing to do that because they don't want to admit that something was wrong with them. They don't see anything's wrong because they see things through a warped lens. Treat people as means to an end, and they lie like they breathe. So again, but this is supposed to be you. So again, you could be the liar, the abusive person, or have been this way, again, through wounding, defense mechanisms, survival, whatever has been the reason. Or again, it could be just a lack of clarity, lack of direction, or both. All of the above. And then we have what's surrounding you. This is the conditions around you. If it's positive, you have support. If it's negative, you're on your own. But the hermit is kind of being on his own. The hermit's checking out the land and looking for wisdom, looking for clarity, looking for direction, trying to go within and figure out, who they are, why they've done the things they've done, why they are where they are, how can they change things. Again, it's about introspection, achievement, growth, and accomplishment, attaining of a spiritual pinnacle, and ready to share the knowledge with others, especially if we've learned something. Learned that this kind of way of being is hurtful to ourselves and others. Again, maybe realizing these kind of things, or realizing again why we attract those types of people. Path of initiation, wisdom and power, being committed to ultimate awareness. Again, knowledge of self. Knowledge is power. Ignorance is bliss, but knowledge is power. Continuing a path of your choosing, again, trying to figure out where we're going. What do we want? Who do we want to be with? What are we doing with ourselves? Just kind of going within. Be willing to climb the heights to wisdom. Of course, this is the sign of Virgo. Searching for truth, attainment of goals and wisdom. It's a 9, so it's about accomplishment. So there has been some kind of realization here. Perhaps we've been spending time alone, trying to figure things out, using it as a tool towards our enlightenment so that we can get clear, change what needs to be changed. Because obviously here we have the Three of Swords as the challenge or the obstacle, what hinders us. It's in the reverse, so it's an imbalance that may be preventing you from achieving outcomes in positions 7 and 11. So if we can tackle this, overcome this challenge, we can change the near future and the possible outcome. But if we don't, if it stays like this, then this is how it'll play out. Now, the Three of Swords, speaks about third party situations. Could be needing to decide between two people, dealing with the heartache from our past behaviors if we were, again, the liar, etc., causing pain to ourselves and others, needing to go within and see the light, see the truth, gain the wisdom. Again, or this could be, forgiveness. Somebody may be needing to ask for forgiveness or extend forgiveness if we're trying to go in and figure out and gain some clarity in regards to someone that we were dealing with in the past. Again, trying to come out of heartache, trying to release this pain, even if that means having these conversations, clearing the air, expressing again what we've learned. Careful not to get stuck in the grief. Be a peacemaker. Say you're sorry if you're the one who was doing the do. Thinking before one speaks to avoid regrets. Asking, how am I suffering and how can I release the pain? Again, this is for ourselves. So just understanding the reason why all things happen, understanding divine timing. Sometimes rejection is God's protection, all those cliches that you want to throw out. But it's about healing the past, healing the present, and being able to be flexible and open to change and timing. It's still suffering, and we need to purge here. Find because we're finding it hard to still move on from the heartache or heartache that we've caused other people. How do we get them to forgive us? How do we? Because again, you could be the doer of the do or the receiving end. And at the root, again, it's about Six of Pentacles. So it's about equal give and take in relationships, 50-50. Not somebody doing all the taking, treating people as means to an end. Or again, we could be dealing with third-party situations. Somebody's giving to somebody over here, but neglecting the other person. This has caused pain and heartache. This is the fundamental issue. If it's positive, it gives you strength and security to achieve your goal. It can represent what you're used to, the way you were brought up, or the habitual way you react. Again, our karma, our conditioning. What we settle for. Are we settling for crumbs? Do we not love ourselves? Are we letting people be liars and users and abusers, and we're chasing after them, jumping through hoops, trying to prove we're worthy? And they're just throwing us crumbs and giving affections everywhere else. Again, it's about self-love and self-respect first and foremost. And for a lot of feminines, that was the lesson when dealing with this kind of person. Understanding that relationships about equal give and take. Never give more than you're receiving. It says the bank account can't be sustained with constant withdrawals and no deposits. Know your worth, know your value. And also know that in other people, appreciate people, don't take advantage of people. Again, equal give and take relationships. This is at the root, learning this lesson. So it's about sharing with others, harmony with money. Again, could be financial codependency going on. A lot of masculines are entering into situations for financial reasons, given to that because they were gaining benefits. Filling voids and meeting needs. Be careful of that. Borrowing money, and don't become dependent on charity. Again, don't treat people as means to an end because they're providing for you. Learning how to be self-sufficient on your own so you can be an equal contributor to the relationship. Carry your own weight. A lot of masculines were dumping all of their life stuff on the partner. the bills, the food, the whatever, and they're laying around like king of the hill and not being faithful and not being committed and just mooching and taking advantage. You know, that shit gotta go. If that's how you were being, it's gotta go. Or if that's what you were tolerating, don't do that anymore. Um, you know, don't become submissive or desperate. Again, never settle for scraps. I'm sorry. Never settle for crap either. Never settle for less than what you deserve. If someone isn't willing to give you 100%, and they're only giving you free and 10%, see you later. You know what I'm saying? Nobody got time for that bullshit. Um, Again, it's also about not allowing codependent situations to continue. You can't heal or fix anyone, and don't look for anybody to do that for you. It has to come from within. Because we're talking about being dependent on people, you know, always keeping a tab, borrowing money, or just taking advantage. And the whole thing about enabling, it's one thing to be supportive, but it's another thing to be enabling. You know, bad luck should only happen just for a little bit of time, but you see people putting an effort to get back on their feet. If you see somebody who's constantly making excuses, this person's just looking to be a mooch. They're just looking for pity. They're just looking for you to enable them in their shit. You know, does that teach a man to fish? He can fish for himself. You give him constantly buckets of fish, he ain't going to do no work. So again, learning about balance, giving and receiving. And then in the recent past, we have the Four of Pentacles. This is, you know, what you're leaving behind, or what's gotten you to this current situation here. It could represent, again, people's ideas or conditions that are passing out of your life now. And we have Four Pentacles, which all talks about our foundations, our stability. It also talks about fear, holding back. Perhaps you were dealing with somebody who was cold and detached, who held back their feelings, their emotions, perhaps even held on to the money and had you spending everything. Well, however it may apply. It's also about fear, protectiveness, defensiveness, holding back, tied up in one's possessions, self-satisfaction of one's accomplishments, holding on tightly to that, especially if we've gone through something and we've, you know, improved in ourselves. We're made sure that we're holding on tightly to, you know, what we've accomplished after going through a difficult situation, you know, making sure we're dealing with our monies, make sure that we have a strong foundation for ourselves, but be wary of being fearful. Again, we're needing to be flexible, and being open to change and being willing to put in work and effort into ourselves or into any areas or relationships that we want to grow. You know, it's also again about having an inflexible attitude, and they're saying be flexible. Resistant to change, fear will impact our financial security and need to control our environment. Again, a codependent, a narcissist is a codependent. They got to have somebody constantly loving on them, doting on them, giving them attention, building them up while they break down that person. You know, having them jump through hoops and wearing them out all day, running and doing shit for them, and they just like, you know, again, king of the hill. Again, using you for your money while they hold on to their own. It says, know what you're dealing with. And if you've been that way, I'm say go kick rocks, but you know, shit gets old. It's time to change. Assessing oneself by one's possessions. You know, so money isn't everything, but hey, they say money can't buy you happiness, but it'll help pay for the search, right? I'd rather be rich and try to figure it out than to be broke. I'm sure I'll find some fun somewhere if I had some money, a lot of money, right? Whoever said that obviously has money. So they don't. Then we have here what is crowning you, which is the spiritual goal that you must work towards to attain what you desire, the flag that you should hold towards your goal. So the moon is all about secrets. It's a sign of Pisces. You might be dealing with a Pisces. Maybe needing to confess some stuff to a Pisces. It's also about following our intuition, our dreams, our unconscious mind. It's about uncertainties, fear of the unknown. So I was holding back, but maybe we need to be more flexible. Maybe it just wasn't the right time. Or again, we're needing to allow time for something to grow again if we're dealing with past situations. Um, it's also about the shadow self, repressed weakness, instincts, or shortcomings. Again, these two things could be playing off of each other. Stuff that needs to come to light, that we're needing to realize about ourselves and our own patterns, our own behaviors, what we allow, how we behave, all these things. Um, Calling attention to the shadow, becoming aware of our tendency to protect through fear and anxiety. Again, all of this stems from defense mechanisms, childhood woundings, how each people, they could have grew up in similar situations, but both had a different defense mechanism develop. One, again, could be chasing, one could be running. But it all comes down to self-love and self-respect, because if you love yourself and you respect yourself, you'll do right by yourself. You'll want the best for yourself. And then you'll treat others how you would like to be treated. But if you don't feel like you're worth anything, if you have low self-esteem, then you'll treat people as means to an end, or you'll allow people to do that to you. Again, same wound, different reaction. And with a lot of masculine and feminines, again, it's the mirroring effect. Something that's based in the past here that's now blocking, and you need to release it. Again, if we're needing to come clean, we're needing to ask for forgiveness, or we're needing to give in order to receive, it's like there needs to be something worked out here. Secret motives, illusions, deceptions, something that's not as it appears. Again, know what you're dealing with. Let the light shine on what needs to be shined on. Be clear if we're unclear about a situation or a person or ourselves. We need to get clear. Go within. Get the truth. It's about hidden truths, secret motives again, hidden forces at play. So there might be stuff again that it's out of your hands. It's not the right time. It's about divine timing. So again, something that's could be out of your control. So be flexible and don't fear the unknown or what's yet hidden. It might reveal itself in time. Or are we needing to reveal what we need to reveal if we're holding any secrets or deceptions? Guarding against illusions. Again, don't let yourself be deceived. Let go of negative self-talk, mental blocks, the creating blocks. I can't, I don't deserve, I guess all the shoulda, woulda, couldas, the stinking thinking, the worst case scenarios. It's like we're needing to release all of that. We need to work on maintaining balance within ourselves, within our career, within our relationships. We need to get clear. We need to heal the past. We need to heal ourselves. We need to be flexible. You know what I'm saying? Open your eyes in either case. It says good or bad. Guard against illusions and let go of negative self-talk. Again, mental blocks. Allow your intuition to guide you. And then we have the Seven of Wands in the near future, which is what you can expect for the rest of the month. This is either you or the person you're dealing with. But Seven of Wands talks about challenges, defensiveness, gaining the higher ground, unclear of your own position, your own stance in a situation, or where you stand with someone or in a situation. That's why we're lacking clarity, unsure if we can be forgiven or if we should forgive. Um, need to draw on our strengths and confidence in our beliefs, of self-improvement. Again, knowledge of self. Be the hermit. Shine the light within so then you can lead yourself to a better path. Taking a stand, having courage, persistence, and determination, or drawing lines in the sand. Again, especially if we're dealing with any trifling ass people. But if you were the trifling one and you're realize that and you're looking for whatever, then you're needing to get some strength and confidence in yourself and defend what it is that you want to fight for, whatever means something to you. You know, prove yourself, as they say. Prove you've changed, you've grown, you've whatever. But again, this whole struggling to maintain your position, again, we're making people, this takes two to tango. Two people need to hold themselves accountable for their own roles. Can't just blame it all on the person who did the do because you allowed it. So it's like, it doesn't mean we got to kick yourself in the ass either, but it's again, it's about accountability. Accountability for our own choices and actions, again, of what we allowed. But if we've learned from that, then it did its job. What that relationship was meant to do, it did its job. And if you're the person who was doing the lying, doing all the stuff, and you've learned, again, the relationship did its job. But if we're looking to come back together, again, people need to discuss both of their roles, why things ended, what have they learned, what work and efforts they're gonna put in to make changes within themselves so that things can become better between the two of you. Again, it's about compromise, being flexible, all of that stuff. But again, knowing that we're going to need to have patience in the situation because again, it's going to take time to rebuild trust. It's going to take time. Even if we're dealing with new people, someone that you might have had a past life with that you haven't met yet in this life, you know, and if you've been wondering why you've been dealing with just jerks and whatever, maybe because it wasn't the right time. Maybe it's because you needed to learn how to set boundaries, how to not jump through hoops. Again, make sure that you're getting what you're given. You know, there's so many things that we could throw in here. And then we have how you should be presenting yourself, how you should conduct yourself to achieve the goal that you're looking to achieve. Do so knowing that there may be a risk that others may misinterpret your actions, especially if it's different from this, because this is how others see you, and this is how you need to present yourself, regardless of how other people interpret it. And if you're being asked to be the King of Pentacles, then you're asked to be someone, again, who does know about equal give and take, who is financially stable, again, secure, taking care of business, investing in themselves, is nurturing and willing to invest long term in others, in his relationships, again, takes care of family and home, ultimate fulfillment, having high ambitions, again, believing in yourself, co-creating in your life to manifest your highest and best. Highest attainment of material success. Again, if you've got financial karma in this life, you're needing to stop entering into codependent relationships where someone else is paying the bill. We're needing to learn how to be self-sufficient, to be an equal contributor, to have your own money, to be able to pay your own stuff. Again, a lot of people have financial karma that they're needing to work through. Being serious again about our financial security. You know, putting into work and effort into ourselves. And also, if we're looking to change someone's view of us, that we're not moochy and whatever, then we're needing to show and prove that we can be self-sustaining and we're willing to be committed to our own growth, to our own life and to whatever it is that we're trying to offer somebody else, showing that would be a wise investment. Again, it could be flip it out, maybe. Um, Problem solving, someone who finds solutions, who's committed, who's a committed and devoted partner, not someone who's a liar and a cheater and who's abusive and, you know. Like I said, if you want to attract the right partner, you first have to learn to be the right partner. You have to learn how to be whole on your own, because two broken halves don't make a whole. That's karma. Two people being brought together to bring out all the stuff that needs to be addressed. Um, so again, you always have to be devoted to your own self first, your own growth, your own development, your own mental and emotional, physical, financial, spiritual health. And then you'll have that be reflected outwards. Someone who's proud of their achievements, again, secure, stable, disciplined, trustworthy, and in control. Business venture, somebody who's, you know, creative, who's, again, getting shit done. Methodical, well thought out in their approaches, you know, how they can lead themselves to success. This is how we need to present ourselves. And how others see you as they see you as the tower. So you're definitely going to have to show and prove if somebody's looking at you like this. This is, again, how others see you in relation to the situation. Either they see you as a person who's totally gotten a wake up and is tearing down the old stuff that's got to go, or they see you as a freaking disaster, something that's going to cause havoc and destruction, especially if you were known to be a liar and stuff in the past. This is why we're needing to show that we can be an equal give and take. We're needing to be honest. Again, let the secrets come out. Let go of our fears about revealing what we need to reveal. You know, fight for yourself. You know, fight for your independence. Fight for people to see you differently by proving that you're different. Again, however this may play out for you. Sudden, shocking change. Again, some masculines are up just leaving their codependent situation, trying to go back to someone else. So someone that you might be leaving, or might be third party, again, involvement here. They might see you suddenly just ending that situation, and the other person might see you as suddenly coming into their life. So you could be viewed, if you're dealing with two different people, as the tower in both scenarios. Something that's humbling and frightening but necessary experience. Feeling afraid, wronged, naive, or blind about a situation. Negative feelings associated with an event. Again, anger, grief, confrontation. Again, if you were hurt in this scenario, this is how they may see you. Someone that they're not sure if they can have another chance, you know, because they see that it's going to be the tower should they try to come back around, or that you're afraid to deal with them again. Again, it's forces you to question your beliefs, behaviors, attitudes, and perceptions again about how who are we and how are we treating other people. Like, well, what's it's like the reality check here. Penetrates to the core of your being, affects you spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. Destruction equals creation. Again, things that are faulty and built on shit got to come down, and that's for the better. It's about, again, hitting rock bottom and having an awakening. It's also about personal defenses. You know, so we're being defensive here. Again, again, faulty foundations, false thoughts, beliefs, and actions, especially if we've been deceptive in any way, treating people as means to an end, and we're looking to get out of that and go back to something else. Again, You could be being viewed as the tower for many reasons. If you were the doer of the do, you're looked at as somebody who brings havoc and destruction, or someone who's suddenly changing all kinds of stuff. And people could be getting again booted out of their living situation. It could be living situations ending, third parties ending, people trying to make a choice as far as their direction, trying to get clear. What do they want? Who do they want to give to? What's worth fighting for? You know, it's all kinds of stuff going on here. And then the fear, the hopes and fears, we have the Seven of Pentacles. I mean, sorry, the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. So either we fear that nobody's going to want to put in the work and effort back into us, or we fear putting in the work and effort because, again, we're unsure about what the result's going to be, what we're going to be met with, what's going to happen. You know, some masculines, again, fear letting go of their karmic situation because they're unsure if they're going to go back or if they can be independent on their own. Some of them still struggling with money issues. But again, it's about getting it together. It's time to gain control of your life. Stop being in victim mode. Stop treating people as means to an end. Stop whatever it is. Or even if you are allowing that, don't be the victim. Don't allow people to treat you that way. Step in your own personal power. You know, lacking ambition or focus. Attention to detail getting in the way. Nothing's perfect. It's created, but it's creating a barrier. This indecisiveness or not knowing what to do or no work being put in. It's creating some kind of barrier, either from you or the other person. Time wasted. Feeling like we put in work and it didn't manifest into anything, especially if we're talking about in the codependent situation that we're now leaving, you know, wasted time and effort. But again, if it caused some kind of awakening, if it caused us to question our behaviors, if we go around hurting people, you know, it's the wake-up call that needed to happen. It's thinking outside of the box, frustration and disappointment. I mean, we fear frustration, we fear disappointment, we fear a lack of success, fear that there's not going to be any progress. Hanging on to minute details that aren't important to the overall workings of your life. You know, sometimes you need to look at the bigger picture and ask if this is the right direction at this time. Are you working on the right things? Are you missing something important? It's a need to reprioritize or change direction, or we're fearing that. We're fearing accepting responsibility. We're fearing prioritizing. We're fearing putting in work and effort. We're fearing, you know, we're unsure. People don't know what to do, whether you're the masculine or the feminine. People are just all about some confusion. Nobody knows, especially when dealing with past people. And then we got the world, which is good because it's in the upright. The world also could signify travel. Some masculines may need to travel. Maybe they're moving from their current situation, and they're looking to go back to someone else, or just looking to enter into something new altogether. This is about cycles completing. Again, especially if we learn lessons, get epiphanies, and apply them. Put in the work and effort. You know, we're allowing old cycles, old karma, old ways of being to change. We're allowing for fresh energy to come in. The world, again, is completion of a journey, new beginnings, future looking, accomplishments, and victory. Like the Wheel of Fortune, it speaks again about cycles, making sure we're not repeating cycles. Again, completing of a major life cycle. Again, if we've gotten that aha moment and waken up and made some changes within ourselves, coming full circle, enduring hardships and challenges. It also could mean graduations, marriage, birth. Again, it could be birth of the new. Attainment of a long-held dream, new beginnings after a cycle. Again, world travel. She looks outwardly as the hangman looks within. As the hermit looks within, this looks future looking, outward. So evolution and the attainment of enlightenment, cyclical progressions of time and experience. We talk about not the right time. It's all about divine timing. For many people that are in these soulmate cycles. And speaking of which, the advice is soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. And then we have honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. We have the angel with the two people in the boat. It kind of reminds me of the Six of Swords, leaving the pains of the past behind to move on to calmer waters. The angels could be trying to guide you, give you hints. Come clean, speak the truth. Be willing to forgive. Learn lessons. Be flexible. Be open. And do the work. It's almost like you're being led to move towards a soulmate, that you may have had a past life relationship with. Again, could be talking about somebody completely new, or we're talking about the same person coming back or working things out with them. And then we have, again, finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now, either with them or with you. As we have here, how you need to present yourself as the King of Pentacles. And we got pentacles here and pentacles here and pentacles here. So obviously finances, money, stability, something, financial karma is probably something that is affecting you and your soulmate. So we need to get that, because we got codependency over here. So if you were dealing with a relationship that was like that, make sure that we're not repeating cycles. Make sure that we nip those things in the bud. Make sure we don't enable people, and make sure that we don't look to get enabled. And this is also about letting go of our fears, letting go of, again, our own shadow stuff, whatever has been kept us in this cyclical pattern of, same situation, different people, whatever it is that we need to let go of, that's holding us back. And be wary of these kind of situations again repeating. And then we have true love. This is a romance of a lifetime. So either you've gone through something and now you're going to be open, for true love. Maybe it wasn't the right time because, again, you had to go through some karmic soulmate relationships to prepare you for true love. So release your fears, work on your career and stuff, move on to calmer waters, and you'll come across your soulmate in this month. Or again, it could be the same person. Who knows? Or you could have two to choose from. Who knows? We have here attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. So it's, again, trying to be in the present moment. So we allow for things to come in and allow what needs to leave. And then we have let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. So again, watch out for codependency and financial issues and soulmates and people like that. Don't let people that are looking for help and not looking for love. Be careful. I said, know what you're dealing with. This could also mean you getting out. Having a support system, having people that you go hang out with, and maybe you'll meet your soulmate. If you got to get yourself out there, though, you can't isolate yourself like the hermit. You got to socialize. This is also about your spirit guides saying, let us help you. We're trying to guide you and give you advice. Or this could be, again, possibly working things out with someone else. But again, I don't like all this financial and codependency and all this letting people help you kind of stuff. Again, there's a difference. And make sure you can sniff out if the same situation is creeping back in, because sometimes the universe will bring past people back just to test you. So make sure you get to know them slowly. As I said, consistency, effort. Allow people to prove themselves over time. Don't just jump back into something because somebody says some pretty flowery words. Allow them time to prove themselves. What's the hurry? I said, and you'll know based on their reaction, their effort, what's worth whatever. Or if this is you who's, again, looking to make amends and looking to whatever, understand that, again, this is going to take some patience. Be flexible. Get to know each other again. Take your time. Prove yourself, etc., etc. And then we have here Archangel Raphael. The healing angel is with you, supporting your healing work. So the angels are trying to help you. And then we have books. Your life purpose involves writing, reading, editing, or selling spiritually based books. Some of you are meant to write about your experiences. Maybe you're supposed to do something, journaling, blogging, writing your story. What have you learned? If you've gone through karmic situations, soulmate situations, life lessons, this may be a calling for you. Or you're needing to do some reading on this to gain more spiritual insight in regards to souls, journeys, life lessons, paths. This could also be you researching more, getting more in touch with your spirituality. And we have ascended masters, powerful, loving, and wise spiritual teachers are watching over and guiding you. So know that you're loved, know that you're guided, and they're rooting for you to get it together and to be the best you can be and to attract the right people. And then we have solar plexus chakra. It is safe for you to be powerful and take charge of your life in positive ways. This is about, again, clearing out those fear-based energies, clearing out stuff near the root issues, getting ourselves balanced. And again, taking charge of our own life. And we have, speaking of the base and roots, we have base chakra. Choose only positive thoughts to describe your home, career, and finances, as your words determine your outcome, especially if you're in limbo in regards to your relationships, in regards to where you want to live, in regards to your money, your career. We're needing to, get to the nitty gritty, get to the root, clear out what needs to be cleared out so that we can manifest, and try to think positively. Don't allow fear to keep you stuck. And then throat chakra, the angels are helping you lovingly speak your truth, especially if you've been deceptive in any way, or you're needing to come clean, or you're needing to, again, speak out against this or defend your position. Throat chakra, it's all about speaking your truth or telling your story in the books. Workshops and seminars, attending and giving speeches as part of your spiritual path and purpose. Be open to teaching and learning. Of course, soulmate relationships, twin flame relationships, they're all about being the student and teacher to each other. It's about teaching and learning and forgiving, and compassion, and et cetera, et cetera. But again, maybe going out to attend workshops and seminars, doing research, reading books, again, learning more things that can help you in your own spiritual development. You could possibly meet like-minded people. You could meet another soulmate. So it's get out there and get active and get talking and get sharing and all of that. And then faith. I have faith in God to heal the situation. And then Father, my true Father is God in heaven who shines his healing light upon me, my birth father, in our relationship. For anybody that's had father issues, a lot of the masculines had mother issues, and a lot of the feminines had father issues. So if we've had father issues, we've most likely been picking people that were like our father. And if our father was absent, if our father didn't show us love, or we felt unloved, we more than likely attracted people that kind of reiterated that wound. So that's why the healing of the inner child needs to happen. What did love look like to me as a child, and how has that played a role in how I feel about myself, the kind of partners that I seek, and how I behave in relationships? Again, how I treat people and how I allow people to treat me. So again, knowing that your true Father is God in heaven, knowing that the universe is rooting for you, knowing that everything happens for a reason, it's all part of your development, the good, the bad, the ugly. And there might be some wounding that needs to be recognized here. And then patience. I trust in divine timing, as we've mentioned this before. Children, again, my heart is filled with love for children, which creates miracles of positive change for them and me. Children signifies, again, the innocence of children, new beginnings, healing childhood wounds, etc. I think that's more for that than actual children for this reading. And then again, giving and receiving, just like the Six of Pentacles. I balance being generous and receptive because both are equally important. Again, it's got to be balanced. or else there's too much room for being taken advantage of and resentments building up and just unfair treatments. Again, giving and receiving. Or we're going to have to give in order to receive as well. You're going to have to open up. You're going to have to let go of your fears. You have to, you know, love. Love is the answer to all the questions. And then joy. By enjoying this moment, I have given thanks to God for my life. So again, try to be in the present moment. The past has already happened. The future hasn't happened yet. We only have the now. And Gaia's garden. Fruition, abundance, and reaping what you sow in the allied position. And then the Lady of the Mirror. Reflection and non-judgment, also in the allied position. 18. In Gaia's garden, you have everything you need to make your dreams come true. There is no shortage of anything, and you're constantly reminded of the law of supply. Gaia is the infinite spirit manifest in all tangible things. She represents the abundance of nature. When she comes to you as your ally, she invites you to partake of all the blessings of life. There will always be enough for everyone. Success comes to you from the fruits of your intentions, and all is well with the world as a result. This is also a sign to remind you to give thanks and maintain an attitude of humility and gratitude, as your greatest good now manifests for you. Gaia's gifts are sweeter when you share them with others. And then 44. The Lady of the Mirror is both ally and challenger, asking you to see yourself in the mirror made by the events in your life. She represents the powerful force of the law of attraction and reminds you that what you are is what you attract. This means, you know, they say, well, I'm not a liar and whatever. Why do I attract those types of people? It's like, well, if you're a person who doesn't love yourself, and who puts up with a lot of shit, then you're going to attract somebody who's going to mirror that to you, who's going to not love you either and put you through a lot of shit. That's what that means. Or, you know, if you're a person who's fearful of love, then you're going to be approached with somebody who's jumping through hoops trying to prove their love. So it's, again, it's going to make you want to run. You know, it's something that's mirrored back to you, good or bad. This isn't to say that you need to blame yourself for inviting transgressions, or if you find yourself a victim of a big picture event, say a war. This is a distorted interpretation of this law. Certain events are fated to test your faith. Rather, find yourself within the web woven through your life, your relationships, opportunities, desires, seeming failures, and successes. Observe how you respond to life's challenges, great and small, and be aware of what is familiar in the present. Release all judgment and accept things exactly as they are with love. Again, it's about recognizing the patterns. The Lady of the Mirror asks that you honor every part of your story as essential to your highest unfolding. Can you see yourself as being exactly where you need to be on your path? Do you love what you see in the mirror? Can you perceive your part in your reactions and the motives behind your current inquiry? You will find your answer in a thorough and honest self-appraisal. It's about getting real, getting clear. I said knowledge of self. That's what I mentioned. And all the rest will fall into play. And on that note, I send you love and light. I wish you healing and luck in regards to this and anything else you might be going through. Please like, subscribe, and share, and leave comments, especially if you want to have a possibility of being chosen for the free reading. And until next time, take care. Bye-bye.